I gotta admit, I never thought I would see the day. I don't know what's happening in society. Maybe there's something in the water. The water has now turned everybody to fucking reality. I don't know what is going on, but I never thought I'd see the day where I agree with DDG on anything. Like, I think I posted this in the community tab and I wrote an article about it, but I just didn't say anything about it. But this is a good time to address it. There have been two things that have happened with DDG recently. There's him claiming that like Hallie is keeping him away from his son. He's very upset about this. And then there's DDG and Myron from Fresh and Fit. And I have been waiting like patiently in the wings for a straight man to just come for Myron, and DDG is our savior here. I never thought, like, he's like the last fucking person that I would assume to be that dude, but that's crazy. Like, didn't see that coming. Left field, there's something in the water. Like, I don't know. Are they feeding these kids like Flintstone vitamins? I don't even know. Okay. Like, I feel like I've talked about this before and I'll have to like find references to it, but here's the point. And this is what I keep saying, like, Black women 2025, seriously, like, have a seat. This is not about us. Like, just move it to the back, take your walks, take a yoga class, okay? Listen to some sad girl music, process some feelings, exert the feelings, just anything except basically for being like, the Fresh and Phony are the worst. I mean, they're like tacky and tackier, but that's not even the point. It's like Myron specifically is so extra lame. Like it's like I can't even describe it. Like, he's so lame, and then it's just so refreshing to just. That's the thing about dudes like that is just so. It's like so pathetic. But you like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's like not my place to say it. The only thing I feel like I have said and need to continue to say is like, please leave Black women alone. Like, just like literally just like leave us alone. If you want to talk about like the whore who slept with like 20 million men or something, and she made a documentary about it, inviting people to go into her comments, make content about that all day long. But it's just like, these men on the podcast, the red pill fools, it's just like Black women will be like over in Africa, like doing something that has nothing to do with them, and they will just like find their way out of a bush to be like, we hate Black women. It's like, that's so insane. And it's like Myron is like the leader of the group. That's like it's just like, no matter what, it'll be like, oh, today is Saturday, and he like goes on another podcast like, I hate these bitches. And it's just like, that's insane. And to hear like DDG basically even confront it was just fucking refreshing. Thank you. But it wasn't just that. There were like other things too. And I mean, I just kind of want to echo it, and I also want to insert some things that I've said before but maybe haven't made clear. I honestly think that DDG is in a whole ass situationship with Ruby Rose. I've been saying this for a very long time. I've seen the way she talks about him, the way he talks about her. Ruby Rose is great. Like, she's gorgeous. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure, like, anyone who's going to be like, yeah, no, like, Ruby Rose isn't great. I don't know. I thought, though, in my mind, I was like, okay, well, this guy is actually chosen to, like, settle down with Hallie, and that is now that is the situation. And like, that's totally fine. I get it. Like, some people, you know, they leave their girlfriends and they're like, I'm just gonna go marry Hallie and that's gonna be the end of it. But it doesn't really feel like that is kind of the thing. There's something else. I don't know. I'm not really involved enough to actually understand what is like. I'm not in the blog streets. I don't know. That's not that. I don't enter like dude world and the Twitchers. I don't know. I've got no fucking idea. There's already enough shit to like occupy my time. But it was fascinating though to hear him basically saying, like, he said, I will, like, I can't get behind you because your girl is a 4 and you are sitting here critiquing all the other women. Amen to that. Like, just one time for the choir and the people in the back. Like, it's like always the like most misogynist men who have the most toxic shit to say. And then you'll see their partners and you'll be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you did all that. You like exuded all of this hate and toxicity into the world. And then we see your partner and it's like DDG's words verbatim. Like, on her best day, she's a 4. And I'm not even like, I'm not trying to be that person who's like, aesthetics are everything. Okay, yeah, maybe not, but also if you're gonna be the person who's critiquing every other fucking woman on the internet and life, people who have said nothing, and then this is how you come, oh, it's just like, oh my god, read him for filth. Like, he's the worst. So hate Myron with a passion, and I cannot believe that I actually agree with DDG about anything. But the day has come. Anyway, there's also things, I mean, I have thoughts, I guess, about like Hallie and DDG's relationship. I honestly feel like those two people at this point, I feel like, are the same amount of famous. And I think there's like the stands on Hallie's side who believe that because she was in a Disney film that she's like more famous or something than DDG, whatever that means. Or like whoever's wealthier, people are like, well, DDG has more money than her. So like, I don't think that either of those things are the issue. To be honest, like, I just am not in the blog sphere. So like, I feel like if DDG would have never dated Hallie, the only way that I would have like learned about him is if he would have gone public with his relationship with Ruby Rose, because I know who she is. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ever known who this person was. That does not mean though that he's like irrelevant, because if it's very clear, like, he has quite a lot, like a large fan base of like he's like the like black male version of Destiny. He's like vlogging every single night. Like, he has a community, and it's not even if he didn't have a community, like, he's still like you know, like a guy in the world. And clearly there was something that Hallie found good in him. Like, they have a child together. So I kind of think that trying to play politics about like who's most important or who has the most money or who's more famous, like, those are the wrong arguments. I think the real question here comes into like how they want to raise their kid, and I don't think either one of them should have more say. Like, just because it sounds like Hallie is the custodial parent right now, that doesn't mean that she should be able to make all of the decisions about their kid. So I've heard a lot of arguments like, yeah, but he shouldn't have her kid on the internet. Well, the reality is, though, it's also his kid, and if he wants his kid on the internet, like, you know, that's something that they need to discuss, because he does have like rights too. So she can't make all the decisions on her own, and then he can't make all the decisions on, like, it is literally like a joint venture right now, which is something I haven't heard anyone say. And it does really feel like both of them are, I don't know how to put it. It kind of seems like Hallie is a little bit more, I don't know. I wouldn't even say that. I feel like, from what I've seen, both of them are just as visible in public with their shit. Cause like, supposedly everybody has like photos and videos of Hallie just like out and about with their kid in the world doing shit at all these like Hollywood, LA events. So it's not like she's like in the house. It's just that DDG is like a blogger. So he's like, you know, using his own camera to like live stream. But I wouldn't even say that like either of them is like in that way being more public, because like Hallie is like just as out. It's just there's paparazzi like catching her videos and footage and shit, and like there's like like Chloe's posting the videos and photos of that baby. So I don't know, those arguments are weird. I think the point is both of them need to come together and figure out some sort of like mutual agreement about whatever way that they want to like co-parent a kid, and then have a real agreement about that. I think some parts of it are just really fascinating, and I feel like I've said this before. DDG did something for the black male community that we hadn't seen in a very long time, because he's like a straight black male, and he just like has actually been like in relationships with like black women, and I think he has like a sister or something that he's actually close with and cares about. So there's all these things that he like has there's all these like morals and values and characteristics of like real world attributes and behaviors as like a straight black male that I think that particular community had been like dying for. Like there was no other representation. And then he went public with like a very visible like Hallie, who we all know. So it just like kind of even cemented him more as like straight black male, and kind of I think he's a little bit more conservative than I would say like liberals. So I don't know, he's just like a visible person doing things in the world. And I don't know, like he's more normal. Like he that's a weird way to say that, but it's like seriously, I don't know how to put it. Like in terms of like middle class American values and things like that, he's like trending on like kind of just the things that like most people experience in their relationships and stuff. That's what he's talking about. Like his relationship with Hallie is very like normal and typical. Like them together was trotting the more like, you know, Taylor Swift Americana-esque, like easily understood, age appropriate, you know, relationship dynamics that we all kind of like understand. And it was really interesting though, because it's like two just like black American people doing that. It was weird because I guess nobody had ever done that before. It was just like a strange thing to say, but seriously. Anyway, so let's move on from DDG because there's like other things I want to talk about. Actually, maybe I'll just put this into two.